Alright, I'm Annie. Welcome back to whatever I'm doing, and welcome to the world after Bunny Day or Easter. It is actually 2 days after the second Bunny Day. So what did I do last time? Last time, well, okay. First of all, I should probably show like doing the last recording session. I managed to collect the final pedestal of wisdom, the red one, so the incorrect one. I went and collected myself equipment sword level 2, also known as a master sword. Then I went to Hyrule. Zelda got kidnapped. A guy him broke the seal, not the guy who sings the keys from the rose, but apparently the one that blocked the Dark World from Light World. And a guy him pulled me into Dark World, and in the Dark World I got the crystals. The first crystal would be here in the Palace of Darkness. I tried to go there, but because I'm a bunny guy, I'm not able to do anything with it because Kiki was not reacting on me. Who is Kiki? Hopefully I will teach that today. So now I need to go back to the light world. And yeah, the mirror is used to go back to the light world. Cool. And my path goes to from light world. Oh yeah, I'm not able to go back. Well, I will showcase how I'm able to go back to dark world if I need to. When I need to. When I need to. So yeah, so I need to go back to the Tower of Hera. So now I'm in the part of the game where I need to have Moon's Pearl. Funny part is that I actually I already collected that. I already went to Palace of Darkness. I had that's why my voice is a little bit weak. I sat here, played 1 hour, and then I died, saved. No, then I noticed, shit, I'm not recording. Oh. So how did I save if I saved? Well, thank you Nintendo for giving the rewind option. So I was able to just rewind back. Like good. Like the future never existed. So I was able to save and then when I restarted, reset my software. Says me right. Well, like that is how I was able to save my progression and make sure that I'm recording currently. So whatever. So yeah, now let's go back to Moon Pearl, collecting that, and I hope I'm able to do that a little bit faster than I did previously. Not that I had bigger problems. It was more. Yeah, it's kind of like when you play and you start to jump from topic to topic, or I rather play and focus on speaking, and then I just start to get overpowered by basic enemies, and especially because these red ones are right now everywhere, and they don't even give hearts. Come on. And then how often I had the issue that by cutting grass, I found enemies. So yeah, I need to pay attention to. Mainly what I want to speak, why I'm recording now, today, not recently, approximately 1 hour ago. Approximately 2 hours ago, because 1 hour ago, before I started to recording, I had my lunch break. So, before my lunch break, I read this paper, Gavaler and Goldberg's There and Back Again, Philosophy of Revision and for Fictional Narrative. I searched the book, or rather peer-reviewed study about how if Lord of the Rings retconned the Hobbit, because I remember hearing that term in some YouTube video. I just don't remember where. Back in the days, like a really long time. And no, I read Hobbit when I was like teenager, like what, 12, 13. I don't remember. Like when we first time traveled across the Latvia, but I don't remember anything about the book. I really don't remember. And then the other one, The Lord of the Rings, I watched those movies just recently, like a year ago. Basically, yeah, a year ago, but because it was used for... Because our storytelling teacher stated that if you have not read Lord of the Rings, please at least watch the movie so you can follow whatever I'm stating whenever, because I'm referring, talking a lot. I'm like, okay, fine. So I watched those movies, and that's why you can consider me the prime, or like the prime professional consultant, whatever those terminologies about. You can. So yeah, I'm doctor of Tolkien world. I think the wizard connected the two worlds somewhere around the castle. Hooray! All I can do for you now is to convert your weakness. Come back anytime. Good. I will come any back. Because yeah, this is actually good that you are giving me full health. And I'm going inside because I really am. I'm really afraid of those rocks killing me. My nose is so itchy. Come on. Why? 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 Ah. No, I hope I'm not getting sick. I really hope I'm not getting sick, because my leg is finally getting better, even if it's still red, but it's not hurting. So that is the least that I need right now. But regardless, I'm continuing. Ah, good. So, not only this paper proved me correct, because yeah, even if I remember reading Hobbit and watching the movies, Hobbit initially as a book was promoted to me as a prequel to Lord of the Rings, the best fictional world ever created. And while I was reading, I found out that Hobbit was written before Lord of the Rings in general, so it's not like a prequel, it's more like a Lord of the Rings is a sequel. This paper even acknowledges the terms prequel, sequel, and interquel and paraquel. I was like, and those two were but yeah, good. I'm continuing what I was supposed to continue with. But no, but that's why I started to think also when I was like, whenever retconning became on my mind, I started to wonder similarities of The Legend of Zelda and The Hobbit in this situation, like Ocarina of Time retconned A Link to the Past the same way as The Lord of the Rings retconned The Hobbit, because while you were building the story about one specific event, you start to see bigger. You are using that as an opportunity for world building, and because of that, it definitely always, like 99.9%, retcons whatever you established in the previous installment. Hence, I was thinking that's why that was kind of like my connection point. And then each time when I read any kind of like retconning related research or papers, the tone was in the sense that retcon is used to erase the past. And I'm like, no. And when I was sitting with my pair also, I was kind of like I tried to push forward the idea that no, we are like, even if this paper is like, that's why I don't want to use this definition, because this definition is not functioning correct in Zelda. Like, it functions probably in Marvel universe. It probably functions in a world where DC decided that Superman now flies, and everything that is related to non-flying should be removed. And this is where I should have been last time, to avoid that piece of heart that I accidentally collected. Ah. Tears of my kingdom. Good. So... but no, not that only this paper proved me right. That Hobbit was like Tears of... The Lord of the Rings retconned Hobbit. But also gave me something more. Something more. And from my perspective... I need to kill you first. Because otherwise I die. While, like, Hobbit was revised. The original 37, revised 51 to match Lord of the Rings, which was released for 59. While the 51 edition replaced the 37th edition's world, it could not replace the 37th edition discourse. The 37th story itself continued to exist for anyone who would read it. Tolkien therefore wanted to make The Lord of the Rings a continuation not just of the 51 edition, which it explicitly was, but also of the 37 edition. So Tolkien revealed The Lord of the Rings, a new interpretation of the 37 edition. And this was the jackpot that I was hoping to hit in general, because I felt like, no, I'm not the only one who sees that retcon and reboot can be existing at the same time. Like, even if they are two different words, they can do different things, but they can still be like existing in same like a level. And that was the thing that I was so... and I'm kind of sad that I found that so late. It's still better now than never. Oh my god. Focus not on dying. I could have used the hard spawn. Whatever. Because I remember when I was searching the papers about retconning, I used the AI. Like that paper, I was happy to find it from university's library site, and I don't know why. Like, I use that because of thank you teacher to remind that you use that, and I use just Hobbit and revision or something. What is this? I never collected the compass. Cool. Well, the boss, the evil master of this dungeon is nowhere to found anymore. No, this time I actually play much worse, even if I play faster. Oh. That was close. Alright. Don't die here, because last time I was able to at least wait. Well, let's play safe. This hall gives me access to what? Yay! Fairies! Good. And then it warps me back here, so hooray. Thank you. And then because I need to use that star. Then I need to use this hole from above. Then I will land just high enough that I don't land on that star to remove the platform. So I'm going to collect the Moon's Pearl. This protects the hero from the changing effects of the Golden Power. Because if you land here, yeah, that path is blocked. But why here? So why other people are looking for Moon Pearls if it's just for hero? Questions for later. And no, like this paper also was like I was so happy to find it because it explained like the terms that it had. Basically the terminology. Rebooting, rebooted. Retconning, retconned. Expanding, expanded. Hold out and rejected. And then here, for example, it can be the 37 edition of Hobbit is rebooted, retconned, expanded story. 51 edition of The Hobbit is rebooting and expanded story. Lord of the Rings is retconning and expanding story. These are, and the holdout and rejected are the ones that basically goes to why, like a base, like the subjective part of the retconning. So when you are like when in a formal conversation or like stating that this is retconning, and that's seen as a negative thing or something that the player or reader or fan is rejecting, that is the holdout part of it. So basically, reader chooses not to use that continuation for different reasons, and that will be the future studies for us, because we are basic. And this is how I'm able to make sure that I'm able to watch objectively retcon. I'm able to suggest whatever I want. Okay, not whatever I want to, but this kind of goes along with the idea that first of all, like for example here in this case, like expanding, when I was last time going through this, I have my notes, but I forgot to highlight the crucial example. I don't know I don't know why, but basically the point for example when it goes to expand, here, now I found it. Descriptions of the ring in 51 editions are simply less specific. In Lord of the Rings, a reader learns something new about something old, but no prior details are at odds. The ring, now discovered to be the One Ring, remains a ring of power. So this what basically expansion means, that it changes the previously established world, but it changes the name rather than the value. So it's kind of like in this case, like a link to the past. And compared to Ocarina of Time, where Ocarina of Time introduced like Wise Man in A Link to the Past is the same as, in Sages in Ocarina of Time, even if that is retcon, because that is the name has been changed, but functionality in the story is exactly the same. It's not doing based. Still, it is a group of people of different races or whatever, but still group of people who were assembled to help to seal Ganon, regardless if it's a wise, like in this context. The same goes with Golden Land and Sacred Realm. They are both, regardless of the name, like which name, like here, Golden Land and their Sacred Realm. Yeah, I wanted to showcase this because, like, if you enter to Boss Realm in A Link to the Past, there's no warp back to start. It's in Ocarina of Time. Hence why the magic mirror is so powerful, so you can just use that. Good, so, that should be already. And now let's go back to Hyrule Castle and hopefully in the Dark World. I hopefully don't need to kill Agahim again. So, but that's kind of like a Golden Land and Sacred Realm. They are both the same. The resting place of Triforce. I'm not technically here. The retcon is also the It's not even expansion in a sense. It's a correction. It's just a basic revision. As far as I remember, my Zelda-oriented development notes, Golden Land, and Wise Man was Nintendo of America's translation choices because they wanted to, the religious stone wanted to be they wanted to have religious stone closer to Christianity. And then during the Ocarina of Time, they were like, okay, shit. But well, okay, obviously during Ocarina of Time, it was okay, shit, whatever, because Aladdin was already breaking like a box office, and then Lion King. Could that also African? Yeah, why not? And then 98. Heracles was upcoming, if was not already released, so basically by that time the world was already, well, like Western world was okay and ready for the idea that yeah, we don't always have to use Christianity related terminology for explaining religion. I don't know if that's actually a statement to write, but again, is that something like a... Where's the apples? Because I want to have full health when I enter to Hyrule Castle. Yoink. No apples. And there's the red one. Thank you. Ah, whoops. Ah, the fairy is close enough. Good. Thank you. Cool. So this paper was like so from this perspective, yeah, like and rebooting. It 51 edition is considered as a reboot of. So it replaces, but still it, like Tolkien wanted to, even if it replaces, it does not erase that. So it's kind of like, and that is the thing that basically, come on. I hate these red ones, how they are just able to... I hope that I've... Ah, good. Nothing. Nothing. Come on. This place was hidden so well from... Okay, apparently... That was the common thing that happened. Enemies just appearing from... bushes while I was trying to collect health, and I just got less in! Alright. Alright. And then, yeah, the holdout. And that holdout is something I should do. But the holdout is kind of like the key part here to understand from... Actually, because it fits all... Like, even if the holdout is not going to be correct to retconning an in-game analysis, because right now in my mind I basically want to use the expanded reboot and reboot expanded and retconned to the from how I see it right now. A link to the path using here. A link to the imprisoning war from imprisoning war perspective. A link to the past is retconned, expanded, and rebooted. Ocarina of Time is retconning, expanding, and rebooted. The Wind Waker is retconning, expanding, and rebooted. And then Tears of the Kingdom is rebooting and expanding. And why this kind of case? Because I'm not going to consider that Ocarina of Time rebooted whatever A Link to the Past was creating. The only thing, like, that goes more if reboot would be considered. But that's kind of like this paper also goes. Well, just so my battery is not dying out. Because this also was kind of giving me... Where's the language phrase? Where was that? Readers of a shared language share knowledge not just of meanings but also because it is connected of a larger cultural context, even if some of that context is not itself shared. No matter how slight other differences in readings, but yeah, basically the knowledge language here is kind of like the key part as well, because while Tolkien wrote everything in English, I assume and hope, this beautiful series was written in Japanese and then it was translated to English. So basically in this situation, like, it's not rebooting when terminology is corrected, because it, in my opinion, it's revision. It's just revision, but it goes to the new category of the revision, when the new category, but in the sense that A Link to the Past was translated basically wrong, and Ocarina of Time used that opportunity to correct the wrong terminology used in A Link to the Past. How this claim can be done, because not only Encyclopedia, not only Hyrule Historia, but also I assume, and as I remember, A Link to the Past remake on Game Boy Advance uses the same terminology as Ocarina of Time. So there's not like that is kind of like, that's why it cannot be seen as a rebooting. It's just expanding and using expansion as a way to correct wrong terminology. And then retconning from basically retconning in this situation is that Master Sword was not created for Imprisoning War, it was already existing before Imprisoning War. That's, for example, one. And the other thing that I was thinking, and then the Wind Waker basically retcons in the sense that the Imprisoning War is basically timeline split is retconning. It is not rebooting, retconning, and it's not only because it makes sure that there's two timelines and they are working in two different alternatives. So yeah, soft reset in that sense, but it's not rebooting because it still acknowledges the events that leads to A Link to the Past. So again, history is not really erased. And then also it's expanding because Ganondorf's agency and motivations are open, more detailed. So basically, even now here we can see that even if it's stated that Ganon wanted to rule the world, but it can be still seen, like if you play Wind Waker and then A Link to the Past without Ocarina of Time, you can still think about Ganon wanted Triforce because he wanted the best for his people, and he was questioning the gods who were helping Hyrule in general. And this helping gods in general transferred heavily, in my opinion, to Tears of the Kingdom, and why Ganondorf had such a huge dislike on Zonai. And that's why Tears of the Kingdom is reboot, but it's not erasing the previous past again. So this one, it was jackpot, in my opinion, and I'm kind of sad that we found it so late. But yeah, thank you for teacher to state that, try to and basically forcing us to find at least one more. And I remembered I just tried my shot in the dark for I believe for sixth time, and then I found it. It was not Zelda logic. Thank you, Gavler and Goldberry, for giving me one huge doom. Like basically, this is everything that I want to go with. And now let's go to Agahim. Well, welcome to the Dark World. And yeah, so Hyrule Castle Gate works as a definitive gate to Dark World after defeating Agahim. And now I'm able to just continue, and And that is also like last time when I'm actually happy that I failed to record that thought process. Not in the sense that I didn't want that to be recorded, but it was more like because as soon as I started to speak about that loud, I noticed the similarities of A Link to the Past and Wind Waker from this logic. I'm not going to spoil my revelations from Wind Waker because that will be most likely relevant. No, it's relevant for this perspective, but if I have that already recorded in Wind Waker... Was this the fairy one? No. Was this then the fairy one? Yes. Because now I remember that one of the trees was fairy one. Okay, good. So like... But basically, how the location of... Okay, yeah. Pyramid of Power and yeah, where the Triforce is located, but from the other perspective, like... My one theory was the Hyrule Castle, like... In Wind Waker, I had a theory where I went a little bit deeper how that Hyrule Castle was built in the same place where Imprisoning War was happening. And here I have, and basically that theory could hold here as well. Because where the gate... But no. But now when I start to think, if that's the gate, so then this implication could be that Temple of Time was reused as a Hyrule Castle for A Link to the Past. And that's why it got hidden. And then when people start to discover it, it was easy for King of Hyrule to seal that gate. And that's why they did not think about sealing the gate while imprisoning War. Because they were not thinking that people, like a Hylian people, during the peace would attack Hyrule Castle. That's okay. Okay, I'm buying that. I'm buying, even if it's my own theory. But this is also kind of like, now, when you have chance to hold that out and reject that. Because that is the retconning and part of it, and why I was going to, like, why retcon goes really nice with transmedia. I should probably continue, but like, this book especially, like, this was really difficult for me to put as a, like, for this perspective, I was supposed to make a timeline of events, in-game events and then transmedia events. And from this perspective, like, okay, like, the in-game events, how I basically not acknowledge them while I was playing. So yeah, subjectiveness is really heavily on, like, when it comes to Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and especially Tears of the Kingdom. Because Tears of the Kingdom I did not replay, and when I went Gloom's Origin before I entered Water Temple. No, actually I entered Water Temple first, but Water Temple I entered without Sage. So, oh, I'm Kiki the monkey, Kiki. I love rupees more than anything. Can you spare me 10 rupees? Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, you are accompanying me. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to read that. I should not try to fight them. Because I have full health right now, so don't make mistakes. Oh, and I got already more than 10 rupees, so that was cheap. And Kiki, if you give me 100 rupees, I will open the entrance for you, Kiki. I will give you the 100 rupees because last time when I was here as a bunny, I was not able to open it. So how do you open the... Oh. Oh. So if I had Rock's Feather, I would be able to do that. Dun dun dun. Most likely I will keep this in